Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. Let's continue where we left off, and now let's continue on down here. I can actually try to break through in that section by getting these together. Okay, good. Neither of those can attack anymore. So now sweet. Okay. Let's actually start with the it seems like they also have a unit in here. I could try to push it back, however probably better is to try to get rid of them. They're probably weaker. Maybe moving you here right next to them, not the best of ideas. Alright, but let's move that calf through as well. This is... Taking Gorlovka is pretty good. Now, the chance that Toledo is empty is like 0. So let's just move in here and try to hold this. Yeah, okay. I will actually move back 1 hex as well to take those 2, because this is not looking super well. Luckily, this should hold it quite nicely, I think. Let's move you up. Keep them on the rail to refit. Alright, let's push you down. The first serious core that I have is the 2nd Romanian. One, two, three, four, five. It's the closest to a rail line as they can do for the moment. Then we have the 5th Romanian Corps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is also the closest. Then we have the 11th Romanian Corps, which could probably take a few more units. Let's send it over here for now. So you also should be put on the 11th. There we are. And they're at 8 out of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Now, these mountain brigades, yeah, they should be under the mountain Romanian Corps. Now that they cannot take anymore, I do feel rather a bit better at that. There we go. And they're all part of the 4th Romanian Army. So this 4th Romanian Army, well, there's these. What I should do, though, is get you into the 3rd Romanian Army. Move you up here. Pavlovgrad. Yeah. Excellent. And now the 3rd Romanian Army will go to Kherson here. And they still... Huh. Okay, they still have some units there, huh? Mountain Corps and Cavalry Corps. Huh. Okay, let's get you here then. That's a little bit closer. 15, 13, and 10. Okay. That should work. In between turns, I did take the liberty of moving all the rest of those... I forgot this, or saved it on the wrong... Oof, okay. Wow. Basically, I put everything from the 11th Army into the 45th Corps off screen, but apparently it didn't save, or I saved on the wrong thing. So I'll just do it now very quickly. Which obviously is not very quickly. Go! No! Alright. Halfway there. I hope some of these already activate this turn. Not really getting my hopes up. But we might. I wonder if some of them can draw from it immediately here. Stoic Pioneer, yes they can. Okay, they should. Yes, I want to start with as many pioneers as possible. Let's see. Because, as for Stug batteries, they're okay. Sure. Why not? Then let's get you out there. I still have more units to put under that. I don't expect to win immediately, but the goal is to get their fort level down by as much as possible, so then hopefully I can take it on the next turn. That might be considered wishful thinking, but we'll see. Okay. Now, it's again not isolated, unfortunately. They went to 3. It didn't even go that badly. Alright, I'll try again on the next turn. They might even get back up to fort level 4. But I mean, this is still somewhat of a victory. That's good. If I can put this, I can't even put it on the 51st. Alright, let's just put it on an 11th army. And I got them into Nikolai for now. Alright, so they've been dealt with. These guys still need to stay here. They're at 59. Not doing super well either currently, so there's that. Okay, I cannot dislodge these guys at the moment. That much is clear. Many of these are actually pretty weak. My main concern is not this, but I could probably get till here. Something like this, and I don't need to be in that hex. Let's take this, and such a triangle like this is a bit more solid than what I had before. Also in terms of supply. Okay, they have a unit right next to it, that's fine. I'm also a little bit concerned about this area. I cannot beat them, and I cannot go back. Generally, I just need more forces in this area as well. 10. You guys actually need to move. 13. Okay, so they're still far enough. You're 22. So that will simply not do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15. This is the furthest they can go. Maybe soon they can work their way up to this area. We'll have to see. You really can't cross. Well, I can take those 2 axes for whatever that's worth. Okay. Next. Let's break you up. And actually, I want to move them in there. I want to take that hex and then move back in here. I'll stay a little bit away from them, but it's still very precarious, this area. Everything around this is just precarious. But until I get these reinforcements into that region, there is nothing I can do. Yeah, let's move up. Let's actually still move you back 1 hex. Can't get all of them under the supply, but I'll do my best. Okay. One other thing, I actually don't like the way this looks. So in order to try and get them to attack less, I'll do this. I actually don't feel comfortable with having such weak units. Sometimes I just really... I guess it's because they're at 0 or something? I don't know. It seems like a load of bull to me. Let's move you in here so things don't get too out of hand. They are very likely to go and attack in this sector again. If I don't shape up. I'll keep those guys together. And I will fall back across the river with you guys. For now. That seems to be better. Get you on there. I hope they don't destroy the rail. And hopefully next turn we'll be able to deal with it. So that's kinda it. Can't get off of the train. Need you. Let's get you into Smolensk, off of the train, and just keep you on refit for the moment. Let's just stay there. Try to improve. Although they're already doing pretty well. So I don't have to complain about it too much, most likely. Okay, so... Oh. Wait, am I recording the entire thing? Yes, I am. I'll be right back. Alright, took care of those things. Yeah, so I sent a bunch of units to all different HQs. Now, one thing that I want to do is get you over here by rail. Okay, you can get off. Now, we have the first corps, which also needs to get rid of all this. Again, I'll be putting everything under the OKH. And then let's see whether the trick works where I'm gonna use these guys together with some construction units to try and fix the rail in very specific areas. So I'm gonna assign them, I guess, this road construction battalion. Interestingly enough, I cannot send most of these to a core level. Okay, fair enough. So that doesn't work. These are at the core level. The best thing I can do is send them to army level then. Well, okay, let's send three to Army Group South. And 3 to Army Group North. And 3 to Center. Yeah, every single time I have to look for it. Army Group Center. Alright, there we are. So I can't really do anything else anymore. All of these have been sent to the OKH during this turn, during my reorganization phases. Meanwhile, we do have these guys ready, refit, etc., etc. Alright, looking great. Everything that's needed to be on refit is on refit. And things like that. I'm happy that the rail now at least is going into Kharkov. It's still a single rail line, so it's still tricky. So we ended with 2 AP and we got 13. If I want to switch up Manstein under the 5th Army on the next turn, then I again cannot do depot management, but I kind of really need to. I think, to get some of those depots working up further. So let's do that. And then the one last thing that I want to do is move these Panzer divisions to stay on this coast here, or on the river. Can they move into Volchansk? Surprisingly not, and I can't even see whether there's a unit in there. I mean, if it was empty, I'd take it, but... Alright. Here goes. Is this legit? I guess it is. Right, these are doing it mostly in the south, so then we're not losing a whole lot of planes there. I believe the Germans were basically capable of making around 500 of those transport planes each year, so losing a few here and there shouldn't be the absolute worst, but it's still not nice. I mean, well, I don't expect something like a Stalingrad to happen in this case, but who actually, yeah, who knows, like, What I actually find interesting is in this game is that the global map, as it is actually distinctly different from the way that it used to be. And you'll often find that on a lot of maps, the Caucasus is not as big as it is on this map. And actually, I really wonder what they used as a comparison. Whether they used Google Maps or something like that. Because even if you were to, say, watch a series like World War II by week, which is something that I follow as well, you'll find that on their maps of the German advance, for example, the Caucasus looks a lot smaller than it does here. So that is pretty interesting, I think. I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm just saying that it's distinctly different from how it used to be in other games, and it might be that they actually corrected themselves, so that this is actually good. Right. It does seem a bit more powerful this way. 327 as a defensive unit. It's a lot less likely to get attacked. Although I don't like the way this looks. These guys are also still full of movement. I really wonder whether they're in a supply hex or something. Doesn't really look like it. I guess they probably haven't lost most of it. The Luga Operational Group Army. Well, that... Huh. Okay, they didn't even lose... Oh, what? Why did we lose so many bombers? Holy... I saw us lose like 100 bombers or so. It was insanity. They just keep hammering the same spot over and over again. It's rather unfortunate. But they can do that however they please, of course. Only cavalry this time. Got some panzers in reserve. That certainly does help. More reaction attacks. I thought they already started doing reaction attacks. Yeah, sure, teleport away. Whatever. You got it. So up to attrition attacks. We got one routed smaller unit, so I really have to bunch them together. Especially for the winter. There's no way my units would survive if they are individual units. In the blizzard. Okay, sure. Hold out there. They did move in here as well. Well, I mean, they can... I guess I could just take those hexes. It's free after all. They'll probably just teleport out. So now they cut off my rail line, and then they could just teleport away. Which they're exceptionally likely to do, so I will not get any supply at Kharkov. Great. Can you please hold out? Please. I get it. They get mortar stacks, but come on. They'll probably just teleport a unit in there. So they'll be unblocked. Most likely. Okay, but overall, it wasn't the absolute worst turn, but it's definitely getting apparent that the Soviets are starting to attack frantically wherever they please because of their teleportation abilities. Yeah, which is definitely not good. Definitely not. It seems like they tried to move out of there as well, which is actually good for me because it means that those tanks are a lot weaker. They didn't break that encirclement. So at least at that, that went fine. Let's see, they also try to get in here with the motorized. They should not have any supply base. Yep. And they did. So that's great. It's ridiculous because it had still only one movement and now it has one movement again. So in terms of that, it's just real garbage the way they move. It kind of spoils the game for me there. I'm not gonna lie. Although, from what I see on normal, I think that might be altogether... I don't know whether that would be too easy. It's kind of hard to say at that. I mean, I'm not so much opposed to the enemy's strength, but more to this excessive teleporting. And it, in War in the East 1, they could do that too, but it really wasn't as bad as it is in this game. You might say, yeah, the AI has improved, but in this case, that's just... I don't know, not really. It just means that they're better at teleporting. They're not actually better at defending or things like that. Although I will give it to them, they now always are able to make defensive. Great, I pressed a button during that turn. All right. They are very good at teleporting defensive lines around panzers too. So now I'll have to wait out until the game has loaded all the different resource movements before it will show me anything. So you can't see anything now because there we are. See? Anyway, I should be hopefully able to clear these guys out as well. They actually still have one hex on this side of the river. But after that I might be able to, well, dig in here. But I'll have to see whether that's gonna be a thing. Yeah, okay. They did do some weird stuff up here, though. Then they retreated in here, somewhat here, too. So they did break here, but they didn't break this or that. Seems like they retreated in this section quite a bit. as well. Are you back to 4? No, they're still at 3. That's great. Alright, let's run this. Okay. Can you actually cross? Oh, yes, you can. Let's take a look at this. There's only partisans. We already had this naval success in the Kearney incident. Okay, I need to get to Temlyuk. No. You cannot get it there. I should have taken the upper area. Alright, let's move these guys in here, and you as well. We'll see whether I can take it next turn. I mean, I could always try to retreat. There is that. There's no heavy rain here either this turn, so that's good. Oh, they kept them there. Ooh. Now, that is a free unit, if I ever did see one. Please don't be in here, eh? I'll see. I certainly... There are just a few things that I want to do first here. They surrendered. Great. Okay. And we got the depot. If I move... These guys can get routed now too. There we go. I still need to put a unit into this hex to take the rest of these. And there's always this one. But this already really helps in straightening up the lines soon. Okay, so wherever we can move closer, like here, I also will. No, can I take it back? Oof. Luckily, I still had another unit to move into that. Sweet, okay. I'll use a pullet sight to plug the gap. Although it doesn't seem to be that necessary. Let's see if I can have some success here. I might not. That's called Pinot, but who knows? Huh? I did. Great. Okay, perfect. It'll probably allow me to get in there. Alright. And it also puts me in a pretty decent position to take Pushkins soon. The one thing that's interesting here too is that indeed the rail line is one of the most important things in this area. Well, we'll deal with that rail line later. Another interesting thing is that these guys are doing worse and worse. I actually think that something is preventing them from getting good supplies there. You guys are now at ready. Let's see, refit. I also have a unit in there. One thing I could do is launch a heavy there or here. That's rather the thing, because if I beat these, there's actually a pretty reasonable chance that I can cross the river, which is most important. I'll think about it. Let's actually work them together. Same here. Although I will try to take those hexes. Let's just do it like that for now. I know this is also a very weak area this way. No illusions about that. You don't need to refit anymore, but you do. And you don't. Now that I fixed that last part, we do now have a roundabout rail working here as well. And it seems like they're actually fixing that double rail, which I'm also quite happy about. There are a few areas here of reasonable places, but that's not what I'm interested in. Okay, so I'm already sending one of those rail units down south. Now yeah, it's here. And I'll send them over, I guess here for now, so they can get off of the train for now. They'll be able to start working on that. The other one, I'll send it to Gomel, because Gomel's here. There's a double rail that I want to start working up towards Bryansk, and then from Bryansk I also want to use these here south from Vyazma. So I'll have these guys move this single rail. Yeah, it's no double rail, I know, but having another loop is better than nothing. If there only was a... Well, this should go fast enough, I think. Not here apparently. Or not yet. And I cannot do another attack. I'll just move you down. That should be a cakewalk. This might not be, but let's try it. Oh, that was not my intention. Okay, let's get you off of reserve. I mean, they did make it, but... Sweet, that's another one. Now the last... Seems like I'll likely not succeed. I thought it was worth a try, but it was low chance strategy. Let's take this last hex and use both of these for heavy. Get rid of them. There we go. Clears out the remainder of those units near Bryansk. Good. Get rid of you. Seems like they have at least another unit in there, but I'd rather move the cav up. And another thing that I really want to do is start getting these regular infantries around here so they can start beating these guys. Because that would otherwise also become a problem. Interesting that it takes you so long. Let's get rid of these. Allows me to move you further. There's a high likelihood there's nothing in this band. But I'm happy enough to be clearing these units any which way. And the surrounding territory as well. Let's take that. Seems like they actually do have another few units in here. They still have this supply hex, but I would be unable to take it at this point. So there's no need to try. Or it's not worth trying anyway. Yeah, so either way, I'll probably also take my free territory in this section. We'll see how I might be able to continue along here as well. I will wrap things up. Thanks for watching. Take care. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you all next time. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.